It's called Living Beyond. Sylvia, why do you speak to me, forever 31, while I am 33? Is it that plane where we live together, you and I in sisterhood? What becomes of me because you left, afraid of what life was, of what life had become? We never lived together, for you were 13 years in Mother Earth, before my tender feet hit terra firma. But our kindredship is close, and I reach out through time and grasp your hand, wishing you had dared to live. I feel I would be better if you were alive, as a guide to this illness, and though the napkin is removed, we still see the beauty that was your words. And now Nick joins you, not escaping your genetic generosity, no longer chasing dreams of a place where we find home. Oh, ToryLynn, lovely poem. Thank you for passing that to me.
Foreman. He scurries around the workshop with his little fat ugly frame. His bald head shines in the sunlight as much as it does in the rain. To everyone who knows him, he is a flaming pain. His constant argy-bargy is driving us insane. He creeps about the storehouse every single day. We wish he'd take his money and bloody go away. He hides down the racks to jump out on our backs, to try and catch us out with his little fat hairy snout. He walks with a stoop, and hump on his back is where he puts his awful hat. If he reads this poem, I'll get the sack. We'll think he is a prat. You can always tell where he has been, because the poison dwarf turned all the lads mean. To work with him is a sin, the state this warehouse is now in. So look around when you pass by. If you look hard, you might just try to see the humpty-back foreman of the factory. With little luck, he'll go away, but don't hold your breath, or he'll dock your pay.
The Grab Bag Poem. There is a kind of man who blames a dancing woman when he looks up her skirt. Perhaps it is because he wishes he were just a passenger in his life, his tied hands clean. Such a fellow cautioned me, "Don't be a grab bag," as if he knew me, as if I had asked him to look at my skirt, and I thought, aren't we past this? To satisfy such a man would be to wrap beauty in cheesecloth, to turn off the lights and scream into the pillow. Our skins are not who we are. I wanted to tell him, the dirt you see on my floor is what you brought in with you. Check your shoes. Woo! Purse, yeah.
Chess lover. Red and white, the pieces on the board face one another, staring across the checkered abyss. A pawn moves, opening the way for a knight to gallop out and do battle with a bishop, while high in their castle the queens look down. Is that disdain on their faces, or is it pity for the player so trapped by the game that he cannot see the trap he has laid for himself? We never seem to know precisely what move will win the game or cause us to topple over like a dead king. We can only play, and in the playing hope that if we win, what we win is really the thing for which we strive. Red and white, the pieces on the board face one another, staring down at the player as his pierced heart beats out its last.
He is growing his own brambles. They entwine his limbs, writhe, wrangle, entangle, embrace his torso, seek out new places to cast roots. When he tries to move, they cut him. New wounds crisscross old scars. Even his blood now tastes of whiskey. The brambles have often been cut down, but each time grow back with new vigour. The roots run deeper, He says he drinks to lay the ghosts, to dull the pain, to quell the riots, to survive the present, to avoid the future, to forgive his enemies, to remember his friends, to anger his father, to cherish his mother, to get through the nights, to welcome the morning, to toast old lovers. I think he drinks because he likes being drunk.
Sometimes I sit like Buddha, with a wise and happy smile, but I am not enlightened. I just believe the earth and sky are one and in perfect balance. Sometimes I sit like Buddha, as if my eyes perceived all, but my eyes deceive because the only place I see is in my head through a halo of desire. Sometimes I sit like Buddha, as if among absolute perfection, but in reality it's an induced dream, with no place for things like cares, just me in my world of illusion. Sometimes I sit like Buddha, calm, serene, made of stone, but in my dream I am not placid, using imagined words like foundations, building palaces and gardens. Sometimes I sit like Buddha, silent, as if a single syllable might sway the world, but in my dream I yell out loud, hurling words from my mountain top to please a single happy face. Sometimes I sit like Buddha, only stoned.
So, I hope this works. And this is called Longing by Matthew Arnold. Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again. For then the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Come as thou camest 1,000 times, a messenger from radiant climes, and smile on thy new world, and be as kind to others as to me. Or, as thou never camest in sooth, come now and let me dream it truth, and part my hair and kiss my brow, and say, my love, why sufferest thou? Come to me in my dreams, and then by day I shall be well again, for then the night will more than pay the hopeless longing of the day. Oh, that was lovely.
Called Being Dead. I'll see if I can. Being dead. If anyone asks for me, tell them I died, but then tell them I survived. If anyone calls out for me, tell them I'm deaf, but then tell them I can finally hear. If anyone gives you a letter for me, tell them I'm blind, but then tell them I can finally see. If no one searches for me, tell them I am finally lost, but then tell them I succeeded. Many things changed, many things prevailed, many paths disappeared, many paths emerged, many plans failed, many plans triumphed, many people passed away, many people were reborn. If anyone asks for me, tell them I finally died, but then tell them I was reborn. I changed, but I prevailed. I disappeared, but I emerged. I failed, but I triumphed. If nobody searches for me, tell them I lost, but then tell them I finally succeeded.